Incredible afternoon, everyone. Incredible greetings, incredible afternoon. Welcome in, everyone. We are going to get started. There we go. Hello. Incredible greetings, everyone. I am Shakia Lavelle, also known as Shakia, the Professor of HS Inc. 365. We are the home of the Honestly Speaking brand of products where we carry the absolute best sublimation paper, most efficient, hassle-free, just about everything that you can do with a direct press. You can sublimate at 365 degrees, 30 seconds. When I'm doing tumblers in the oven, it's 365, or if yours can't go to 365, you can do 350 or 375 for anywhere from 4 to 5 minutes, depending on the temperature that you are using and your oven. But 365 is going to be the standard. There's not very many things where you're going to go over 365. I think the only thing that we kind of fluctuate with would be acrylic, and we're going to go a little bit lower with the temperature. But everything else, 365, and then the 30 seconds, that's the only other thing that varies if you're doing slate, glass, or ceramics. Outside of that, one temp, one time for just about every single substrate, whether it is MDF, if it's metal, if it's fabric, whether it's like your standard polyester, your satin, or felt, microfiber, whatever it is, 365, 30 seconds usually gets the job done. Excuse me. You can check out our products on our website, shop.hsink365.com. All of our inks are keyed for EcoTank printers. However, you can use them if you have a cartridge-based printer. You would still use the same one. You're just going to open it up. You don't have to take this part off. Stick your syringe in there, kind of open around, tilt it, and pull it out. So you get 140 milliliters with all of our inks. Every single color is 140 milliliters. So you get double the ink. You get 2 full refills on your 70 milliliter printers. All right. We are also the home of Silhaholics Anonymous, where I've been teaching you guys how to use Silhouette Studio online via our YouTube and Facebook for about 9 years. And we have 365 Creative Academy, which is our online academy where we help you to unlock your creativity in a wide variety of trainings. Everything from Silhouette Studio, Photoshop, doing, full-on projects with sublimation, if it's making party favors, business as far as pricing, setting up your Shopify, and everything in between. We have a lot of different classes and challenges from all different price ranges. We have seven full on, nothing's like no fluff, no skimping on it. I mean, 7 full classes that are all available for $5.63. I think that falls within anybody's budget. All right. $5 and that scared the crap out of me. $5 and wait, can you guys hear me over here? I don't know. Can you guys hear me? I know you guys can over here, but can you hear me over here? Or am I talking to myself? Hopefully all of that was for naught and you guys can hear me over on Facebook and YouTube. Because what's going on over here? Okay, great. You guys can hear me. All right. So we have classes as low as $500. There's our design challenges in Silhouette Studio, as low as $5.63 each. So it's very affordable. And then we have some that are like in the $23.65, $25.63, all the way up to our Essential Silhouette Studio, which is $103.65 if you do a one-time payment. If you want to break it up, it's $115.63. But you can check all that out on our website, shop.hsink365.com. The classes are taught on our academy site. They are 2 separate things. You don't get a lot of like emails with videos to download and things of that nature. We have a dedicated site where all of your trainings and things are located. If you purchase on our academy site, if you purchase on our shop site, you are able to build up rewards points. You then can take those rewards points and apply those towards future classes, digital files that's on the website, products, and things of that nature. Even, if you're purchasing enough, you want to end up, make $50 in rewards points and you want to use that to book a one-on-one session with me. Everything that's on the site, you can use those rewards points too. We do have a video on exactly how to redeem your rewards points. Go to Honestly Speaking's YouTube channel or search Honestly Speaking rewards points, and that video will come up. We come on live just about every single day for me to share with you guys my experience, my expertise in just about everything. So some days it's a demo on sublimation or printing something out, We've done some print and cut demos before. We've done sublimation demos. We've done vinyl demos, or I am teaching something on the computer. Today, we're going to focus on Cricut. So I'm hoping that I end up with a few Cricut users in the audience, because I want to know what draws you guys to Cricut Design Space. What is it that you guys find easy? Have you ever tried using Silhouette Studio, and did you find it difficult? Were you frustrated with it? And I would like to hear what those frustrations are, and see if we can't help bridge the gap between what you know in Cricut Design Space and how Silhouette Studio can be beneficial for you. So I can get you guys to double tap the screen if you're watching over on TikTok. Also, just say hi, guys. Every interaction counts. So if you're here, if you scroll by and you stop, even if you plan on keeping it moving and keeping it scrolling, if you can just drop a hi, hey, something, let me know that you're here and help the algorithm, that would be great. If you're watching over on Facebook and YouTube, if you guys could go ahead and also drop a like, or actually drop a comment to let me know that you are watching. That also helps the algorithm and lets all of these social media sites know that, hey, this is a broadcast that I want to be a part of. I know others would. So go ahead, please push it out so that those who follow the professor can be notified. If you guys kind of get on and then there's no engagement, then it suppresses the distribution of the live video. Right now, just being very vulnerable, very transparent. The numbers are not looking very great over here on StreamYard, and I am broadcasting to 2 YouTube channels and my Facebook. I've also done, sharing. I did at everyone. I did followers, so I'm not sure if that caused them to suppress it. But right now, it's not looking too great between the 4 platforms it's on. So if I can get whoever is watching right now for you guys to go ahead, leave a comment, like the video, share the video, tag a friend. All right. Hello. Thank you so much, Miss Designs for You, for leaving a comment. Actually, 2. So that having professor spelled wrong does help, because you're able to leave 2 comments. So I appreciate that. Hello, Terry. Thank you so much for jumping on. All right, let me ask this question, which we're going to talk more about Cricut today. But if you can put in the comment section, are you team Cricut or team Silhouette as far as design? So let's take the machines out of it for right now. I'm going to ask about the machines as well, but just for designing and what you can do as far as creating the actual elements, are you team Silhouette or team Cricut? Hello, thank you for jumping on. Welcome in. Hey, just say incredible greetings. Welcome in. Silhouette, hello, welcome in. Are you team Silhouette or team Cricut as far as the design software goes? Okay, Silhouette for design. Silhouette. Half and half depending on what I'm designing. Okay, so you're going to probably be perfect for this, Patricia. Being the fact that you say half and half depending on what it is that you're designing, do you find that you gravitate to Cricut Design Space just because you have that machine, it'll just make it easier to send it to cut and you're doing something that's not complex? Or do you just overall find it easier to do tasks or setups in Cricut Design Space over Silhouette Studio? I came over from Cricut. Cricut is too limited. Team Silhouette for designing. Okay. Are there any Cricut users who have hesitated in learning a different software outside of Canva? I see a lot of Cricut users say, okay, they want to learn Canva, but are there any Cricut users that have not explored learning like Silhouette because you feel like, or you assume that Silhouette was only if you had a Silhouette machine? The heck was that? I don't know, something crazy going on in the neighborhood. All right. Cricut is easier for setting up stickers. It automatically fills the page. Okay. I get more real estate with Silhouette Studio. So with Cricut Design Space, you only create it one time and it will fill the page, or is there, or you tell it how many duplicates you want, or like, how is that when you're saying that it automatically fills the page? Break that down for me. That's an interesting one. Silhouette Studio is the place to be. The possibilities are endless. Yes, definitely is. Okay, on this cut screen, you select projects and number of copies. All right. So, what if I told you there was a way to fill it in Silhouette Studio as well? Oh, so that's only with that one that she's talking about. So that's not something that was an old feature. Is it now with the update, the one that you have to pay for? All right. So I have my sticker here, right? So this is a design that we did earlier on TikTok. And I'm going to go over to my replicate tool and I'm just going to say fill page. Now, I don't really like how that does that one when it comes to filling the page like that. Like it can be kind of, right? But if I go to, so I'm just going to go over one more, select them, and then I'm just going to go down. Let's see, I can't fit all of these on there. So it looks like we're like to fit within the cut lines, it's probably going to be about 6. But there's a lot of really, really easy to use, kind of click on it and then be able to set it up. Now, if I were to use, I'm going to delete these because I forgot to group this together. If you have Designer Edition or above, all right, you have the nesting. So we're going to go down here and wherever our cut area is, I can tell it to nest. Oh, why'd you do it that way? Hold on. There we go. So it actually will arrange it and not leave it in boxes. And now I can fit even more on there. So I'm going to add in a few more, probably 3 more. And I'm going to tell it to nest again. All right, so let's add a little bit more padding to this. Undo. I don't like how that one moved. I mean, this is if you are not selling it as a sticker sheet and it's just for you and you just need as many stickers as possible, the nesting feature will kind of fit them all in there to make sure that everything fits. I'm actually going to take the padding down some. Let me see if I nest it. Nope, it still won't give it to me that way. But it's only a few clicks. I mean, now, if you just prefer to just be able to click and it fills it in, I'm not sure how many it gives you. If that is a feature where you're like, I want Cricut just because of that, like I just need it to fill it in for me. I don't want to have to click more than once. Then, hey, there's nothing I can do to convince you that Select Studio is a program that's worth learning. So right now they have this set up like this. Even if I wanted it to be kind of uniform, I'm going to go over here to replicate and I'm going to do one below. It's just this row that won't fully print within the registration marks. I don't mind pushing the envelope for registration marks. So it wouldn't bother me any because I'll just cut them out by hand. But there we go. So all of those will fit within the registration marks. Oh, I was on earlier on TikTok. It's not available. You have to pay for that. I was on earlier. It's not a deal breaker, but what you told me, Silhouette gives you more control. It really does. Okay. What about the inset? Don't you push it back? So for this particular one, and the way this was set up, it wasn't going to give me a lot more space, but yes, you can take your insets and you can push them all the way back and maybe be able to fit a few more in here. So I'm going to put all of these up here and I'm going to go to nesting and go nest. See, it overlapped a few of them. I don't like when it does that. So let's put a little bit more padding. Nesting is cool, but I am definitely one where I rather just move stuff around myself. Like, because by the time it nests and it moves stuff around, sometimes it's kind of annoying. So I am definitely I'm going to arrange this myself kind of gal. Okay, I guess in order to get the entire tail in, that would be there. We're going to move this up. And let's see, can we get a whole nother set? Nope, we're just going to rotate. So if I'm doing something for a party and I just want to maximize my sticker sheet, I'm going to just arrange it myself. All right. So what are some other things that you guys do in, like, so all of my Cricut users, I hear it a lot, Silhouette Studio, I tried it. It's so frustrating. I give up. I stop because Cricut is so much easier. Sometimes I think it's just not knowing what tools and features and functions are there. But what is something that you guys design over in Cricut that you find to be very easy to do? Or what do you always kind of design? What are some designs you guys create in Cricut Design Space? Or if you're new to Cricut, what are some things that you've been interested in learning how to do in Cricut Design Space? Hey, welcome in. Thank you so much for joining. Hey, the Stitching Studio, thank you for jumping on. Thank you for sharing the video. Hello, Sharon, thank you for joining. All right. Earlier, my Cricut users over on TikTok, y'all were real active. I need them back. Talk to me about why you guys love Cricut Design Space. So I couldn't do 4. It would have to go. So is that what you mean as far as project copies? You can just put in how many copies and it will just repeat it and kind of put it there? Is that what you mean? I think most people like it because it's easy, but has limitations. I keep hearing this word. It's easy. It's easy. What is easy about it? So is it that it's easy, or they feel like it's easy because they don't see as many functions on there? Because I beg to differ that things that you do in Cricut Design Space is easy. I keep hearing this word. It's easy. It's easy. It's easy. It's easy. But what is it that's easy? Like, what is it that you do in there where you're like, this is a no-brainer. I can go in, I can just do, and I'm done. So more familiar. Okay, I get that. But to me, this and the way it is, as far as saying number of copies, 3, right? Over here, I mean, you still have to click a button. So whether, oh, you know what? Well, I guess that would be replicate. It's not really going to fill it all in like that, or keep it inside of here. But you do have the ability to replicate and tell it how many you want to replicate. But this one is the better one, and you can do by 1, or you can do by 3 or 4 going up or down. All right, let's see. I have a friend contemplating a Cricut. Just told her to jump on. Okay, awesome. He said, get her in here. Cricut is difficult to me. Silhouette is more user friendly. And then I need Photoshop too. Now, Photoshop is something that we are, I did my essentials to Photoshop. We had the class where I was teaching how to remove elements, how to soften edges and blur things out. So we do have a few Photoshop trainings. Whenever I do the open Q&A, no one ever asked me about Photoshop. I never said that it was a Q&A just for Silhouette. I'm always answering a bunch of printer questions over and over and over again. I never hear you guys never come on and ask about Photoshop or anything else. So we never really do anything with Photoshop. I think it's easier than Silhouette because there's not as many buttons and icons, which intimidates people. So it's not a matter of it being easier. It just feels less intimidating. Because I'm still asking what is it that you do in Cricut Design Space? I want to be able to do what you guys are doing in Cricut Design Space. When you come over here, you're creating a project. What is it that you're doing in Cricut Design Space? Are you creating designs for layering? Are you just doing text so that you can cut it from vinyl or paper crafting or paper? Are you designing are you designing things from scratch? What is it that you're designing and doing in Cricut Design Space? Okay, so that's easier to cut. So sitting it, you saying it's easier to cut as far as how you send it to your cutter, or easier as far as like settings, it sets it for you automatically? Because I end up getting a lot of people that say they can't stand it because when you start switching around materials, it doesn't cut as well. So when you say Cricut for me is easier to cut, is it just that you can hit make it and it breaks up all the colors for you? You don't have to move them around? And that's the machine part, which I'm going to end up talking about. But for design, I'm always hearing Cricut Design Space is easier. And I'm asking the question. So we don't have everyone that's on TikTok, all of you guys. If you can, let's see. Okay, you're at work, must be, right? I'm not sure if you guys are aware. If you can come back to your phone for like 2 seconds. If you are a Cricut user, put 1. If you are a Cricut user and you have never, ever, ever even thought about using Silhouette Studio, put 2. So presets. Silhouette Studio has presets as well. Silhouette Studio to send, you just kind of go and, you hit send. You have the option to do outside edges. If you want to do that with like Cricut, it's going to cut everything. Like you have to, is it attached to keep it from doing? Like if you have something layered on top. All right, so I see a couple ones here. Because if I go to make this, oh, well, it's too large. So you always have to you can't even just see it. So I have to take this down really, really small. Okay, so we're going to go ahead. Oh, wait, I forgot. I have to unflatten it. So that we just go to make it. What is too large for what? I unflattened it. Oh, yeah, Dios míos. I unflattened it. Or at least I thought I did. You can't unflatten anymore. Alrighty, I'm going to try and undo then. I guess you can't unflatten anymore. That's interesting. Well, so I end up switching to the beta version. So I guess there's this whole thing that you can't unflatten right now in the beta. All right, so let's take that down. I'm going to go make it. So of course that's going to split. I'm going to go cancel. In order for this not to split, you have to do an extra step. Whereas in Silhouette Studio, you don't have to do it. However it shows is how it's going to cut. So if these were the same exact color, and I want them the same exact color, I now have to attach it before I go to make it so that it all stays together. Okay. I'm going to cancel that. If I put a offset around this, okay, so we're just going to go there and I'm going to go make it. All right, it split it up again. I'm going to go cancel. I now have to remember to go in and attach, make it. I would not be able to select, like if I only wanted this to cut the outside. Is there any way for me to cut just the outside? I don't think that people who are comfortable just using Cricut, I also think that people who are comfortable just using Cricut aren't really creating designs either. Okay, that could be it. So I guess that leads to another question. How many of you guys are looking to create your own designs? Like you're looking to design. But there's still some level of designing. There's always still some level of designing. If you wanted to create a layer, like something that was layers in different colors, that's still a form of designing, and you have to do setup with it. And it's not always easier in Cricut Design Space. I create designs, then save them and upload in Canva. You just say you create designs and save, create designs and save them from where? In Cricut Design Space. So you're taking them over to Canva to do what? Because Canva, you cannot print directly from Canva. So you're going to Canva to be able to save it, to be able to do what with it? Because you cannot print directly from Canva. Okay, to build a gang sheet. Are you satisfied with the quality? Because there's an option to save outside of Cricut Design Space. Now you can take screenshots. You can go and you can save it. You can go into your, go into the program stuff, go to Cricut, and it's supposed to be like a what's on your screen, but that is not always, well, it's not say always, it's not a high resolution, file. So it's a hack. It's not giving you the same quality that's on your screen. You literally cannot hit save and make that a quality image. Save as a PNG from Cricut Design Space. Where does Cricut Design Space have a save as a PNG function at? Oh, you mean you take it to Canva to be able to save as a PNG? So, Amy, what was the last thing that you... Okay, so take a screenshot, clean it up, upload it to Canva. All right. So if you can tell me, Amy, what's the last thing that you designed in Cricut Design Space that you took a screenshot of, took it to Canva to create a gang sheet? What was the last thing that you designed that way? Okay, a school logo, silhouette of a baseball player with personal name and number. Okay, so the school logo, they sent it to you, or you got it from Google. So it's just kind of setting it up. And then a silhouette of a baseball player, different colors within the player's uniform. Okay. So so the baseball player was an SVG that you purchased that was already separated, or did you have to go through like doing contour and things of that nature to be able to do the different colors? But a silhouette is normally one solid color. So it wasn't a silhouette of a baseball player. It was just a baseball player, and it had all the elements to it. And you just put the name and number on the back in different colors. Or did you was the body, the socks, the jersey, the pants, the helmet, were those all different colors as well? I wish I could show you my mock-up. All right, if you could just tell me, did they send these items, or did you purchase them or download the elements from somewhere? Was it a side view of a baseball player? I ended up getting the black and white both. Okay. So was it a side view of a baseball player? Were they holding a bat? Is it the front view? If it was from Google, could you tell me what you Google searched to find it? Okay, a pitcher. It was a pitcher and he was throwing. All right, cool beans. Let's look that up. All right. So any of these shoot now. Okay, let's hold it up. Any of these close to the image that you had? This one right here? And you took that into Cricut Design Space and you separated all of the colors? How long did it take you to do that? Okay, so we're going to have to save him. So save image as. Okay. Baseball. Picture. Okay, about 30 minutes. Okay. So that one I copied. So before I do it in Cricut Design Space, I'm going to just come over here. Let's just show. So we're going to paste him over here, right? All right, I'm going to move these out of the way. So I'm going to go over to the trace tool. We're going to go select trace area. I'm going to place my box around our player here. It's going to pick up on all those, like a lot of that black. I want to increase my threshold just a little bit to just kind of really pick up on some of those details. And we're going to go trace. Can you tell me the colors that you used for this image? What are the colors that you used for this image? Red, white, gray, and black. Okay, so we're just gonna pick. I normally don't use colors from the palette, but I'm just gonna, because I'm not gonna actually print this right now. So I prefer color charts, but for now I can use, what's here. Actually, let's do this one. Let's do this red, black, and gray. All right. So I'm guessing the outline was black. For now, I'm just going to put a regular color here. I'm going to click it and I'm going to go. So let's look at the time. So we're at 3:08. Let's give, we'll pad on an extra 30 seconds for when I went to trace it. Okay. So we're going to release compound path. I'm going to select the background and I'm going to make that black. Okay. So the jersey was blue. The font was varsity, so the outline was white. Okay, so we're not going to use New York at all. So we're just going to click on all the letters for New York, and we're going to delete them because we're not using the word New York at all. Okay, we're going to select all the parts for his jersey, which I need to verify. So it looks like he has a chain on. So I'm going to drag and select through here. I'm going to hold down shift. I don't want his jersey. I don't want his, I don't want the black outline. I don't want his chain. I don't want his belt. Let me just see. Okay, so undo. I don't want his pants. All right, so I'm missing this part and this part. Okay, perfect. That's all of, oops, nope. This is all of his jersey. So I'm going to make that a compound path. All right. Now his chain, I'm going to go ahead and just make that gold for now. All right. What color were his pants? And what color was his shoes? What color was his face? So his pants, all white. All right. So we're going to Drag and select through here. I want his pants. I'm going to deselect the black, deselect his jersey, and we're going to make his pants white. Okay, because you didn't say white. Oh, you did say blue, white. Oh, I put red. You didn't have red. Yours was blue, white, gray, and black. So I have to take away my red. So I'm going to make that a compound path. So this should have been white, not red. I don't know where I got red from. I'm going to make this blue. Okay. So now his body is gray. All right, so white pants, white shoes, face brownish tan. All right, so we're going to take all the parts from his shoes, deselect the black. We're going to make that, wait, the pant, the shoe, no, the pants, the shoes, wait. Pants and shoes were white. Okay, so we're going to do that. All right. This is probably with this one. Okay. So we're going to take all of his skin here. Well, I'm going to select all of this. I want to deselect the ball, deselect. So that's his mitten. So that's not going to be colored, but his arm right here will be. And then we have his face, his ears, his nose. And we're going to go like that and make compound path. All right, cool beans. So now the ball should be white. The glove, we're going to make a like kind of different from his face. So let's make that. I'm going to go up here and find a darker brown. All right. So now we have a name here. I'm just going to put HSINK 365. I'm going to go over to, you said varsity. All right. This has a lot. So you use the varsity, the one with all of the different layers. So you have this part and you have the inner part. Were they the same color or were they different colors? The inside and the outside part, are they the same or different? Okay, so not this varsity. So you just did an offset. So I'm going to change this to, because varsity already has outlines on it. I'm going to just change it to the collegiate one. Actually, no, I have varsity team. Okay, so we'll do varsity team. And then we're going to do an offset on that. Oh, wait, cancel. Duh, Shakia, you gotta make it a compound path. Yeah, we gotta convert to path. Okay. Oops. Why do I keep grabbing his jersey? There we go. All right, so we're going to put an offset on that. Make it a little bit smaller. Okay, so the offset was white. And the letters were gray. Now, I didn't bother to break this up, which I could have. Just kind of just giving a general like idea or whatever. Because of course, like New York, it was broken up. I didn't bother to break this up, although I technically could have. And my offset's a little bit big, but you get the idea. All right. So anything else we're missing? $314 is where we're at now. Less than 10 minutes. Less than 10 minutes. And that was me teaching. Imagine if you knew, like, And that was me asking you questions, kind of going back and forth. So once you learn how to use it, imagine how fast you could have gotten that done and then moved on to the next, or like the next design for the next order. Don't let the tools or all the things on the screen intimidate you. If you take the time to learn it, especially if you get guided help, because it can be overwhelming with watching a bunch of different people on YouTube, TikTok. Now, I'm not saying that I need to be your only instructor, but you want to make sure that whoever you are choosing to learn from, that their styles and what they do is not too far apart to where it's going to be confusing, where one person says to do it like this, somebody else says to do it like that, and now you're completely and utterly confused, especially if you've never had the tools and functions broken down to say, this is what this one will do, this is how you can, I was able to easily select multiple items and then just deselect what I did not want by knowing how to use shift. Thank you so much for the follow, Amy. And then when you want to be able to take this, so let's say, I know you were like, you wanted to make a gang sheet. So I'm guessing it was for DTF. You're making multiples like of these. If you have designer edition or above, so we're just going to group this together. If you have if you have business edition, you would be able to size this to whatever size you needed it to be. Okay, so if we were doing this, and let's say we're going to go 10 inches wide, I don't even need the machine part. So we're going to take this off. I'm going to go Cameo. I'm going to go none. I'm going to make this 18.5, not 18. I'm thinking about my rolling. I'm going to make this 21.5 by 12. And I'm just going to put this here. Okay. And let's see. We're going to rotate it so that way we can fit 2 on here, right? Now, if you have, like I said, business edition, my recommendation would be to save it so that you don't have to worry about removing backgrounds or anything like that. My recommendation would be to save it as because you're going to take it to Canva. So that part's a little bit different when it's a PNG like this. I'm dealing with Canva. So I would say, I guess I probably would. Actually, you know what? No, I'm going to go print. And I'm going to go print, exit out of that. And I'm going to go print to PDF. Well, I have to use PDF Creator because you can't do print to PDF this long. So I'm going to go to PDF Creator. I'm going to go Preferences. I'm going to go Advanced. I'm going to click here, go to PostScript, and we're going to make this 21.5 by 12. Then I'm going to hit OK, 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 and technically print, but we're not really printing. It's just going to save it as a PDF. Then I can take that PDF, open it up in Canva, because to me, PDFs come out slightly better than Silhouette's PNG function. I do not recommend ever using Silhouette's PNG function if you're going to do DTF prints. I normally save it as a PDF, and then I open that up in Illustrator or Photoshop. You can also even open it up in Photopea. That's a free online, kind of like Photoshop. You can open it up in there and then immediately export it as a PDF. I mean, a PNG. So it's going to do this, and I'm going to go traced baseball player. Okay. And I'm just going to go save. We're going to go to Canva. Let's go create a design, custom size, 21.5 by 12. Oops. You have to go to inches first. 21.5 by 12. Create new design. Upload file. I believe it's in my downloads. I think it's where it went. Oh, wait, wrong one. That's the wrong one. Where did I save this at? Oh, wait, I think it might be in documents. Hold on. Not downloads. It's in. Let's just go home. And, well, dang it. Where did you go? Desktop? No, I don't want desktop. I want to. Okay, there we go. Documents. I think that's where it's saved at. Is it still saving? Oh, wait. No. No. All right, where in the heck did you save at? Because I see it here. And see, there that is. So I see it here. But for some reason, I can't remember where in the hell I saved it at. But I'm going to do this. So I'm going to go File, Save As, Save to Hard Drive. Live baseball play BB player trace and color. I'm going to save this as a PDF. I'm going to go over to Photoshop, File, Open. And then downloads. So this is exactly how I do mine. And one of my printers allows me to send a PDF because it's ground. So there we go. CMYK, 300 resolution. I hit OK. Boom, it's there. File, export. You can do quick export as a PNG if you want. So just go quick export as a PNG. That's now going to be set up like for your gang sheet, or, you know, depending on how many things you put on there. And I'm just going to hit save. You can also use Photopea. And this is completely crisp, no blurriness to it, nothing whatsoever. Like completely sharp. Now, let me see. Ask me later. Okay, so it was, oh, it is in my, all right, let's go back. It was in, I didn't think it went there. So it actually is in my E drive. That's where normally everything goes. my WD, my cloud. But when I went there, I didn't see it. So I was like, okay, is it really here? All right, let's go sort by date modified. There we go. So that's going to open up down here in project. So we're going to go to projects. That's going to be there. It will have, so that's the only thing I don't like with the sizing of it. And it's also going to have the background. So I'm going to rotate. I ain't got time for that. Okay. Let's go to edit photo, remove the background, which is what you would do anyway. Okay, this pulled out. Why did this pull out some of the black? I have no idea why I did that. That's kind of weird. Why would you pull out? Why would it pull out, not the black, why would it pull out the brown of his skin? I don't know, but I'm just going to restore, which is kind of weird to me. I don't understand why it would even pull that out. Like, I'm so confused as to why it pulled away parts of his skin. See, for me, this is team too much. This is extra. I don't understand why we got to do all this extra. I don't like all this extra. Because, yeah, see, now parts of his shoe is missing. That's so weird with the background remover and how it did that. It's kind of weird. All right. Then, you still have to resize it and hope that it is the right size that you wanted it to be, because it's not going to come in at that exact size. Whereas when I saved it from Select Studio as a PDF, I opened up in Photoshop, it's the exact size that it should be. But hey, we still have it that way. And you also have Photo P that you can use, and that's like a free version of Photoshop. Was there a gap in the outline? No, because look, everywhere else, I mean, I doubt that there is. Let's see. Yeah, there's because there was a solid black outline, so there should not have been a gap anywhere. I don't know why it just didn't. Why it took that part away. But from here, it does that. So now let's go over to Cricut Design Space and do that same exact thing that we did with him. So we're going to go upload an image, browse. We're going to go to our downloads folder, and we're going to bring in the picture. We're going to go complex. We're going to go continue. And now is the task of removing all of the white. This is what takes forever. Okay. I like to go down here to more options and take my color tolerance up. I'm going to go to 75. Click, 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 click. Then we have to click. Well, if you're going to leave this white, you don't really have to change anywhere that was going to be white. I just have to worry about the parts of the body that I want to change. And then just zooming in and making sure that you click all areas. Inside here, inside there, inside here, the chain, I guess, would be white unless I can really get inside there. I got to remember all of the fingers. That made the ball and the finger the same. Okay, I can't get in there for that finger. So because yours is white, I'm not going to mess with the pants and the shoes because they're going to remain white anyway. She says, girl, you have me spoiled with the last one. And Amy, guess what? You can do what I just showed you with the free version of Silhouette Studio. You don't have to pay for designer, which is a one-time fee, or business edition. Now, if you would like the full experience of Silhouette Studio, I recommend getting business edition. It's a one-time purchase to be able to save as a PDF, or PNG or JPEG. She's like, I took the chain out. I still clicked the pants and the shoes. Okay. I mean, if you wanted to change the colors, like that would take a little bit longer to go in there and do all of those sections. It may have been a delay with the save because of the graphics. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Sometimes it gets overwhelming getting 20 different versions of the same skill. Definitely can be overwhelming with that. So I'm just gonna do just that one part, and I'm gonna go preview. All right, it looks like I'm gonna have everything except the finger. And all right. So I'm gonna go apply and continue. I'm going to go cut. Oh, because then you won't see it. So you have to. Oh, yeah, I forgot. It's going to just be solid if I don't take that out. Oh, yeah, I forgot. You have no choice in order to see the pants. Yeah, this is a lot. This is a lot. Oops. Oh, wait, it made me do all of it over again. Oh, heck, I can't do all that over again. Once I went back, it's going to make me do it all over again. I really need my Cricut users. I get it. You love your Cricut. You love how it cuts. But if you would just give Silhouette a chance, give it one full month of really dedicating time to learn it. When you get frustrated, still pushing through it, I promise you, it's going to make your life a whole lot easier. You can love your Cricut machine and use your Cricut machine. It might be a better cutter. But as far as setting designs up, if you are in this to make money, time is money. And the steps that you have to go through with Cricut Design Space is just not worth it when you're in this to make money. Time is money. And we're just going to erase all of the New York stuff. Whether you want to enroll in our training, it's 30 days, it's guided, it's live Zoom sessions. We have study hall sessions. You have a Facebook group where you can ask an unlimited amount of questions. We never get tired of questions over there. And you can learn that you'll get 40 hours for the same amount that it would take, like for the same amount to spend 2 hours with me one-on-one. And you get to be in a Zoom session, ask all the questions that you want, share your screen. It's $103 to get access to Essentials at Silhouette Studio, learn Silhouette Studio in 30 days. And we are now doing live sessions for the next 13 weeks. And then we would do another 13 weeks in the third quarter of the year. All right, so let's go preview. Oh, I forgot. Wait, did he have stuff on his legs? No, he didn't. I think I'm missing something though. Okay, I am. I'm missing this part of his glove. All right, let's see. Okay, I think that's everything. Oh no, see, I just removed something. Okay. The back of the pants, this area. Oh, I was back on 16. Okay, I don't have time for this. Lord Jesus, it went back to 16. I wasn't even on 75. I was wondering why it's still so much white showing. Ay, Dios míos. I was wondering why it was still so much white showing. And that's because it went back. I didn't check to see if it was. Okay. I don't have time. I don't have the patience. Girl, this will zoom in and out. Get it refined as possible. Good to know I can use Silhouette. Yeah, it's a lot in there. Yeah. It's just a lot of work. It's just a lot of work. All right, let's see over here. Hi, just pause my 30-day training to see what's being taught right now. I absolutely love how you share free ways that does the same thing. Wait, that does the same. Yep. It's a lot of free ways to do some of the same things. It is a lot. You spoiled me. I'm certainly going to look into Silhouette. You go to the website. You don't have to have a machine to use it, guys. It is a standalone designing program. All you have to do is go over to silhouetteamerica.com. Go to where it says software. Get software. And you can try out the current release version, which is 5.770. I am currently using one of the legacy versions. So I go learn more, download legacy versions. I'm using 4.5.760. If you have a Mac, unfortunately, with the new Mac update, it's not compatible. So my recommendation would be any of the 4.4s. You can try them out. But the one that I know that's completely stable is 4.3.370. You go, you download it, and you can start practicing it, playing in it today. We have over 9 years, thousands of videos. Some are pre-recorded, a lot of them are live. Past 3 years, I do more live videos than anything, Q&As. That way I can connect with you guys. You guys can ask me questions. You're seeing it in real time. Our live classes are 1,000 times better than anything you experience in the live videos. So you can go download it. No commitments to getting a machine or designer edition, business edition, anything like that. But if you decide that you do want to get designer or business edition, on our website, it says it up there, Silhouette Studio Business Edition Upgrade. If you just hover your mouse, it'll say business, or if you want designer edition upgrade, or if you already had designer and now you want to go to business, you'll click on that one. But if you do business edition, it gives you all of the available features, no monthly fee. It's just one time. You'll be able to save as a JPEG, PNG, SVG, as well as a PDF file. And it's just $50, a one-time fee of $50 to upgrade to business edition. It is the highest version of Silhouette Studio. So what is it that you want to learn about the machine? I have done several videos and we have Silhouette First Cut. Once you have it set up, the cut machine only cuts what you have on the screen. Like what's in your design page is what it cuts. As far as the settings, I go through like in First Cuts, I teach about how you have to determine, because if you're not using the exact same vinyl, exact same paper, exact same, adhesive vinyl, HTV vinyl, exact same paper, exact same sticker paper, cardstock that I am, if you're not using the exact same blade that I am, if our blades were not used the same amount of time cutting, your blade can be different than mine. My blade might be sharper than yours. I may have just changed over to a new blade and you have an old blade. Your mat, how worn out is your mat? How worn out is your cutting strip? So these are things that I discuss in the First Cuts that you have to be aware of. But in that class, I teach you about how the blade depth, force, and speed work. And then you can figure out the settings that's going to work best for your system. And it's always a little bit different too. I prefer to use my original and my Cameo 2. They cut totally different than the 3. And with the 4, I don't like any of the auto settings. It cuts very weird. I only use a manual blade because with the auto blade, nothing cuts correctly. And I am not the only person that said that. Even, what most people consider one of the top people for Silhouette, like, I'm kind of chopped liver to some people because she's been around a lot longer than me. I watch her content, love her content as well. Melissa, because I just like watching videos and just seeing stuff and just being in rooms when people are talking about Silhouette or talking about designing. And even she has said that the auto blade cuts a little bit different than if you're using a manual blade. So you really have to just learn, like you have to take that one and look at my demonstration on how to cut it. So I can do tons and tons of videos showing you how to load it. I don't use Silhouette mats. I only use Cricut mats. So unless you're going to use a Cricut mat, calibrate the Cricut mat, whatever I'm showing you is really not going to help you because you're not using the exact same things that I am using. So if you have the machine, ask your questions. I don't ever see questions about the machine, so I don't focus on it. A lot of people are wanting to design for sublimation, for DTF, for stickers and labels. I don't see. When I'm on here and I'm saying, what are your questions? You guys ask no questions about the machine. Therefore, I don't put a lot of emphasis on that. But the machine will only cut what you have on the screen. How you design, how you set your design up in Silhouette Studio is going to be the foundation. It's going to be the most important part. You are very welcome. All right, so where are the rest of my Cricut users? We want to learn some things. So what is something else that you guys are interested? You got your Cricut. What did you purchase your Cricut to learn how to do? So we're going to go back over to Cricut Design Space because, my title says Cricut DS for beginners, right? Oh, it says beginner, but it's supposed to be for beginners. So all of my Cricut users, what are you wanting to do in Cricut Design Space? I'm just going to leave this like this for now and just do whatever is here. Yeah, this is way too much. I'm not going to do this one because that's just team too much. I'll open up while I'm waiting for you guys to respond. I'm going to open up the one that I did earlier today, the elephant, because it's going to be a little bit easier to kind of work with just to show. So you go in, click all the areas, and then we're going to make that one black. We're going to duplicate, make that one gray, duplicate again, make that one pink, duplicate again, and make that one white. I'm going to select them all and align center. Then we're going to come over to contour. We are going to hide all contours, and this is the white layer. So I'm going to click on all the areas that should be white. All right. And then deselect the outside. So that's all of our white. Close it out. Then I'm going to go, oh, y'all can't see, haha. I'm going to go over to pink. I'm going to go contour. I'm going to hide all contours. I'm going to click on the ears and the little inner cut lines and deselect the outline. So now I have my pink. I'm going to go back to, oops, nope. I have to click on the gray now. And I'm going to go contour. And with this one, I want to show all contours because the gray is the majority of it. And I'm going to go in and deselect all of the other areas. So everything that I made white and pink, I'm going to deselect those. And then my black. And then the black. Oops. I'm going to hide all contours, so I just have a solid black. And there you go. So that's how you would separate this by color. And so that baseball guy would have been pretty much the same thing. All right. So does Cricut DS have a color picker? So once you come over here, you mean as far as like sampling colors from inside of a design? I don't believe you can. I know from here and picking colors, but as far as if you had something else and then sampling it, I don't believe. No, wait, does it? Basic cut. Yeah, I don't believe they do. I don't think I've ever seen it where you can sample a color. When I download a layered card with envelope, would like to know how to have it print in silhouette. All right, so that's something specific. Where did you get your download? Have you found any on Creative Fabrica? Where are you finding it from so that I can see that one and then kind of show you? Because if I don't know how they have theirs set up, I can't really say how to do it. I don't know if they have things grouped together, if they have them as a compound pad. I don't know. So where did you get your last layered card from? Yeah, there's no way to sample colors in Cricut DS. I don't think. Let me see. I don't believe I've ever seen it. I mean, you can put in a color code, but I don't think I've ever seen it where you can sample a color. Okay, you'll get the link. All right. Was it a free download or something I have to go purchase? Or if you can tell me which site. I don't know if there's any like layered cards on Creative Fabrica. Anyone else? While she's finding that link, who else is a Cricut user? What do you use Cricut for? What are you guys struggling with? What do you want to learn when it comes to Cricut Design Space? What questions do you have? Like she asked, sometimes it's a simple question and like you can just get that answer because you may think that you're doing something wrong. So how she asks, does Cricut DS have a color picker or sampler? Any questions that you guys have, I can direct you towards the answer. So let's see. Layered card. And then you're saying print. Do you want to print it as in like sending it to your printer, or you want to be able to cut it? I mean, this was a layered one, and it's like, but it looks like they cut from different pieces of either cardstock or foam. All right, well, we're waiting on her. If any of you guys are interested in truly learning how to use Silhouette Studio, even from the simplest things, with setting up text, slicing things out, since that's one of the terms that you guys use over there. If it is modifying it, arching it, adding text effects, tracing, do not think of Silhouette Studio as the opposite of Cricut Design Space. Oh, if I have a Cricut machine, I can't use that. SVGs are designed in Illustrator. Illustrator is not, attached to any specific machine, although there is a plug-in for Silhouette Studio to cut directly from Illustrator to your Cameo machine. So not a plug-in for Silhouette Studio, a plug-in for your Silhouette machines. You can cut directly to them from Illustrator with the Connect plugin. But Affinity, there's no specific printer. There's no specific cutting machine, no specific anything when it comes to utilizing those. They are just design softwares. That is where you put your designs together, whether it is something that's layered, if it's a lot of elements, background, lights, flashes, whatever it is, you're just layering them together. You can do that in Silhouette Studio. You're going to bring in those JPEGs, bring in those PNGs, and you're going to be able to set up a design however your heart desires. It is not, why are you over here? I did not tell you to go here. I said go to the shop site. You're not limited to having a Silhouette machine. Allow me to teach you, whether it's through our YouTube channel or through our classes, the power of Silhouette Studio. If $100 is a little too rich for your blood right now, every single last design challenge teaches you so much about the program. They are $5.63. $5.63. And there's so much learning in each one of them. How to do text, how to manipulate shapes, how to use edit points, tracing, each one. So $100, a little bit outside of your price range. Get a few of the design challenges and start from there. Also, utilize my YouTube. You probably do more searches because I do more live videos. You have to really find those like dedicated videos. I don't do, when I was doing the dedicated videos for things, I didn't have a full-on academy. This business wasn't my bread and butter. Ever since the pandemic, this is how I support my family. I support my family from people going to our websites and purchasing our paper, purchasing our classes, because we really don't get a lot of money from YouTube. I don't have enough views on YouTube to really be making money. I don't have thousands and thousands. Don't know why, but I don't have thousands and thousands of views. So YouTube does not support me. If I'm live on Facebook, I'm not really getting anything from that. They ding me every time and tell me like there's someone overseas that puts a copyright claim on my voice. Every single time I go live, I have to dispute it. And some days I'm just too tired to dispute it. And so whatever little bit of money I make, I really don't get it because they're saying that they own the rights to my voice. So I don't make money when I'm on live 2 hours, 3 hours, 1 hour, 30 minutes. It is here to help my community. It is here, of course, to let you guys know about our products and services, but I don't make any money from it. Like I really, really don't. I mean, YouTube will probably pay, a couple of bills, but that's under our business. So that's probably paying for my website and my subscriptions to like Photoshop or whatever. It's really not a lot. My classes are how I take care of my family and our products. So if you are learning anything from here, one of the ways to say thank you, we have classes on here and have full challenges that were an hour and a half to 2 hours. The challenge 5 was what, about 3-4 hours for $5.63. There's so much. No matter what your budget is, there is something for you on our website to help you with your learning. So just go over to shop.hsink365.com and just see what all we have to offer. Okay. So she says, Creative Fabrica 3D tunnel layered card with envelope. Okay. So let's see. 3D tunnel. Oh, I think I just saw that one. Yeah, this one. I actually just saw that. That was on the main page. Is this the one that you're referring to? I have a Cricut, but since I found your videos and taken classes, I design in Silhouette Studio. I use my Cricut to cut vinyl and paper projects and rhinestone flock. Okay, so when you say print, you're wanting to fill this with color and you want to send it to your printer to do a print and cut, or you're just trying to figure out how to break it up to be able to cut it with a Silhouette machine. Did it download? Am I logged in? Okay, yeah, it's downloading. All right, so we're going to open that up. We're going to copy this title. I'm going to go extract all, browse, new folder, paste that name, select that folder, and extract. Break it up to cut on cardstock. Okay. All right, I'm going to open up a new window. Template. And SVG with the scoring tool without a scoring tool. I'm just going to bring this one in. All right, these will fit on 8.5 by 11-inch paper. So I'm going to set my machine to my Cameo. I'm going to set my paper 8.5 by 11. Or if you're going to do 12 by 12 paper, you would just put in 12 by 12, whatever size paper you have. You're going to take this and actually going to take them all. You can do it one of two ways. You can place this here and then you're going to send it to cut. It's going to cut. Then you can put this one on and then you can send it to cut. Or you can select them all. I'm going to center them and center it to page. And when I go to cut, I'm going to go to send. I'm going to go by fill color, turn them all. Oh, hell no. I'm sorry. Excuse my French. They changed this where there used to be a button up here and you can click to deselect them all. So if I had 1,000 colors, I would have to go in. Oh, I don't like that. I I didn't even check that as far as the updates. I have to make a note of that. They took away the button to be able to deselect them all at one time. That's weird. So we're going to just deselect them all. And then I would cut my red. I would send that to cut, come back, turn that off. Select the yellow, turn that off. It's no different than Cricut Design Space. I mean, yeah, they have them on there and you have to still go to and click on the one that, you know, whenever you're loading that colored cardstock, you have to click on that mat to tell it to cut. This is no different. So I cut the orange, turn that off, select the pink. It's going to cut the pink one, turn that off, turn on the purple one. It's going to cut the purple one. I leave everything where it is. It's going to cut right where it is. And that's it. And then once those are done, I mean, I technically can bring this on here too. And send. I fill. And I would send that one to cut. Well, the score lines, it has dashed lines, so it's going to cut as a dashed line. Now, if you don't want it to cut the dashed lines and you rather it just be a straight score, then you're going to have to turn those off, and then you're going to have to make. Silhouette Studio does not have a scoring tool. What means Cameos don't have a scoring tool. So you would, if you just want it to be scored, you would end up manually scoring those. But they have the dash lines. Now, there is a way to make those lines a little less visible, which if you come to study hall tomorrow, I'll show you that. Not going to show it on this one. Can't give away all the good stuff, but I'll show you in study hall. But there is no scoring tool. That's what these are. That's why it had scoring tool and no scoring tool. If you have a Cricut, you would use the one that says scoring tool. Those are separate lines. And I guess it's already set up to where Cricut will know that those are score lines, or you would assign those as scored lines. But that's the only difference with, you know, Silhouette Studio. Well, the Silhouette system in Cricut is they have a scoring tool. But yeah, it's no different. If I open this in Cricut Design Space, new, place, upload, browse, home. I have to still go here. Creative Fabrica. Upload. Add to canvas. Ungroup. So basic cut. Well, it looks like these are still basic cuts. Ungroup. SVG with a scoring. So this still says basic cut. You would still need to click on it, and how in the heck do you make it? Because it's not even allowing me to go basic cut here. Oh, there it is. Okay. So you would change it to, it's still a dashed line. So I don't know how, I never realized that Cricut does that. So it still turns it into a dashed line in Cricut when you go score. So it's still going to do dashes. Or do you Yeah, I don't use the machine, so I don't know if you're supposed to. Yeah, I don't know what you're supposed to do with that. Just put it as a pen, and then you put your score tool in there so that it just does it as a straight line. I don't know. That part I couldn't answer, but their score looks like it changes it to the same thing. And I don't know if because it's dash, when it goes to score it, does it still do one line? That part I cannot answer because I don't use a Cricut machine. But you would have to go in and tell it. If not, everything there would be cut lines. So you still have to go in and tell it to make all of those score lines. They're not preset that way. So it's still more that you have to do on this one. And then go make it. Oh, forgot. You have to tell it to attach all of this stuff. Wait a minute. But then all of the score lines were here. I guess I could have just clicked on that and made everything score. But then now they're not connected. This is here. So how? Okay, so that one. But it's going to select everything. Okay, I'm so confused now. Because all of these are one. So, oh, I have to ungroup it again. Now they're all ungrouped. Now I can select this and attach it. Select this and, oh, this is a lot of steps. So y'all still saying Cricut Design Space is easy to work? Because baby, this is a lot of work. I just put it on my page and Silhouette Studio was ready to cut. Oh, hunty. But y'all keep saying Cricut Design Space is easier. You got to do a whole lot of to make it go to these little cute little color-coded mats. Ooh, okay. I mean, oh, so she says, even though it's dashed, it will still make it a straight scored line. But that's still a whole lot of, oh my gosh. Wait till you see, Terry. Even though it doesn't have like where it's going to automatically tell it to like just make a straight line with the scoring tool, it's still a whole lot easier to change and set up than everything that just happened right here. That's a lot. That's a lot. You need to change the score, then you attach oh yeah, and see, I didn't even read that. So maybe had I read your comment, I would have known that. Then I had to, well, yours didn't say ungroup, so I had to ungroup it until each color was separated, change all of the score lines. Then I had to go in, select each color and its score sections and attach them, and then cut it and then put the tool in. Oh, baby. And y'all keep saying that. I'm sorry. It's definitely giving more and more. There's nothing easy about Cricut system, because that was a lot. I literally put them all on the screen. And you know what? Guess what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to show you here real quick, just so you can see how much easier Silhouette Studio is. So we have this. We're going to, oh, they have it all mixed in. That's okay. So I'm going to release compound path on this. All right. And I'm going to, so right here, let's make it a compound path. Okay. So that's that opening right there. I'm going to select everything else, hold down shift. Now I have just my cut lines. I'm going to group it. I'm just going to change the color to purple, okay? And my line here, I'm going to make it the same color as this. Uh-oh, no. So my line color will be the same, and then that's going to be purple. Okay, hold on. I can't let y'all see something. I'm sorry. I can't let you see what I'm about to do. Y'all either. It's something that's only taught in, hold on, I gotta do it for all of them. It's only taught in Essentials of Silhouette Studio, so I can't let y'all see what I'm doing to make my life easier. I'll answer it again in what is it called? Study hall, but I can't answer it here. It is a quick little step that I have to do to where I don't have to release compound path on everything. So I'm going to select everything that is here, hold down shift, click on that, group, make it purple. I'm literally going to make all of my, actually, you know what? I'm just going to select everything except this one because I already did it. And I'm going to make my line purple. Okay. So now I'm going to change these to pink. Well, to whatever color the image is. Well, that section is. Okay. So now over here, I'm going to select everything, hold down shift, click, and group. Select everything, hold down shift, click, and group. 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 Oh, shoot. I guess I didn't group everything. Hold on. Okay. Dang it. How in the heck? I know I hit Control G. Okay, let me just do these again. Okay. There we go. This is driving me nuts. Because I know I'm hitting group. Okay. Go to send. I'm going to go, instead of by fill color, I'm going to go by line color, right? I'm going to move, no, I want this to stay just like this, all right? I want the dark purple one to not cut all the way through. So I would use a lower setting. It don't really matter what you put it on. So let's just say I put it on cardstock thin. And so everything I'm going to cut at a blade of 6. I'm going to make my force on this only about a 5, make my speed a 10. On this one, which, let me see, I forgot to change the color. So this is, nope, that's not the outline, is it? Design. Ungroup. Okay, I guess that's that. Why is it not? Let me see something. Green. Send. Why is it not changing? Where's the other color? That's kind of weird. So that might be a glitch within 4.5. Yes, something funky's going on here. Because now nothing's showing up over here. Send. All right, Silhouette Studio is just acting silly right now. Okay, design. Let's close you out. No. No. Why is it doing that? That's so weird. Oh, wait. Was there a machine on? Yeah, there was a machine on that one. Cameo 2 custom 12 by 12. Send. I have no idea what's happening to my program. Okay, that's kind of weird. Even if I couldn't cut by color, I can still click on like the outline and tell it no cut. And then I would send just my lines and I would change this to 6, a force of like, let's say 4, a speed, just so that it just is a shallow cut. Once that cuts, don't remove it. Just come back in here, go back to no cut, turn. I said no. Okay, yeah. It's not even listening to me at this point. Okay, there it is. Send this one to cut and then let this cut regular. But it's better when you can do it by lines. But for some reason, mine, I probably have to shut Silhouette Studio down to get it to come back up. But it's acting all crazy. So I don't know what's going on with it. But there is an easier way when it's not acting cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. You just do it by line colors and it will actually cut in. Oh, there it is. Haha. Finally came up. Okay. So line colors for this one. I'm going to deselect everything. I'm going to tell, I want to move this one up. I want it to cut first. Excuse me. Oh, if that's the case, I am definitely going back to the other version. Oh, okay. I was going to say, if I can't move this, I'm going back to 4.3. But okay, I can't. You just have to click. You have to click in between, like here. Come on. And then move it. Okay. So I want the purple on top because I'm going to send that as 6. No force, speed. I'm going to just speed it up. And then the green, I want that to still be 6, but my force might be like, depending on which cardstock I'm using, let's just say 17, speed of maybe 6. It's going to cut in this order. It will go through, it's going to do all of the shallow lines, and then it's going to cut that all the way out. You don't have to do anything to it. You don't have to replace a tool, start it, stop it, nothing. It is going to cut based off of the settings that are there. That's it. And yeah, that's basically just how it goes. It'll just do the dash lines and cut everything else out. And you don't have to come off of the design page. You move this one, you move this one up, and it's going to adjust, and you're going to tell it to not cut. Well, you're going to cut this one, but in that setting, that's why I made all of them the same. That way, whatever I put here, it will be the same for all of them. And then for the orange, like all the rest of these, I could set it to, I can change, like, well, I really should have changed this to, like, let's say balsa wood. That way all the rest of these cut the same way. But this one, when I click on it, I would just, not balsa, it won't let me do balsa wood. Let's just do cardstock glitter. And I would set it to 4, make that go super fast, or 4 or 5, whatever. And then the rest of them would all have the same setting. So whatever one had, the other one would cut at, and I would just click on this one. Because the purple is first, it's going to do all of my score lines first, and then it'll go in and do everything else. So it's, to me, that's still easier than what we had to do over here. Or maybe just the, like, probably the same amount of steps, just as many steps, what I was about to say. So I don't know. I guess it's just what you consider to be easy or intimidating and stuff like that. Any other questions for me? You guys got quiet on me. She says, I hate design space. All right, no other questions? Cool beans. If you guys ever have any questions, you can always come back to the live video and post a comment, join our Facebook groups, leave questions and comments, inquiries there. Join us in some of our classes, guys. I'm telling you, a live Zoom session experience is totally different from here and what you experience on a live session, like one of these free live sessions. Head on over to our website, shop.hsink365.com. That is where you're going to find all of our products and our classes. I'm still here. I'm just trying to find a design website or program to let me create anything. There is no, okay. Let's, I know you kind of had that earlier, you were here. Let's break down real quick design programs. No one program is going to let you create anything because they're all different. There's vector-based programs, there's pixel or raster-based programs that when you're designing, you're going to see those gray and white pixels, things like Procreate. That's what I was asking you before. If you are a designer and you want to draw out, you draw already, not even digitally, on paper, you can draw. One of the best ways for you to turn what you do into something digital is to, you can either do it one of two ways. You can draw it out and then you're going to scan that in, like scan it with the scanner, open it up in any of those, and you're basically going to trace your own work. That's one way of doing it. If you are able, there's some that they rather just draw everything out digitally. So you would use Procreate and use the brushes and use, your different pressures to create different strokes. And you're going to draw your outline, you're going to color it in, you're going to shade it in. If you're going to design every single element that you want to put inside of, whatever, I still don't know what you do. Because I don't know if you're trying to design for sublimation, eco-solvent, vinyl, whether it's adhesive vinyl or HTV, if you're trying to design for screen print transfers. I still don't know what you're trying to design for because you just said design program to let me create. I don't know if you're creating invitations, if you're creating menus, if you want to know how to make labels and stickers. Still don't know. So I'm just going to kind of give you a roundabout. If you are wanting to, like I said, draw everything out, you want something that allows for some type of drawing tool. Procreate can. But Procreate's resolution is limited because it is designed for an iPad. There is no option for it like outside of an iPad. So your resolution is limited to that screen size, to be honest. Even if you do 300, you're still limited to that iPad Pro. And as you go to like blow it up, you can start to see the pixelations and things like that on it when you're designing from there. If you just keep it small, relatively small, it's like, okay, but you end up with a lot of pixelation because it doesn't have a program outside of that. That is raster. You can do shading. You can easily do like automatic fills. You can erase. You can blend off. You can bring in elements, move them around, resize them, crop them down. You can do all of that. Silhouette Studio, although it is the program that is used with a cutting machine, if you decide that you want to be able to cut it by tracing, you get a vector line. Like you get a path that your cutter will follow. That's why you can do print and cuts. You have, if you're doing just text is automatically vector. You have a solid path where it will follow it, it will cut it. So whether you are saving that to cut from a plotter or some type of cutting machine, if you're using a laser machine, it needs a path that it has to follow. So you can set all of that up in Silhouette Studio. You can create vector designs, but you can also bring in PNGs, JPEGs, and layer them. This is a combination of creating vector shapes. So big rectangle, medium rectangle, little rectangle, big rectangles with points on it, big rectangle in the back, big rectangle, and then I'm filling them in with a pattern. You can do this from any software except Canva. Canva, you can probably do this because there are ones that are just squares or rectangles, because you have to have a frame. There is no like cropping or clipping mask in Canva. So it has to be a Canva frame that has that little sky and grassy thing on it in order to be able to put a pattern. Whereas in Silhouette Studio, you make a box and you crop the pattern to it. This was something that I created on AI. It was a JPEG. It had a white background on it. I brought it in. I removed the background. I put it on there. I typed out my text. Everything that's on there, I added to it. So I added an offset. You cannot do offsets like this in Photoshop if you want sharp lines. Can you do a stroke? Yes, it's going to round it off. You cannot get sharp lines like this and have your letters fully show when you're using Photoshop, unless it's going to be like... unless you're going to do a stroke, but it's going to be to the inside, but then you're going to take away some of your letters. So this is an outside, like this is an offset. It's behind it. My letters stay intact. Exactly how I typed it is how I see it. I did an offset. It's behind it. Then there is another offset to create a shadow there. So I end up doing all of these. Did the trace and detach for this. I added text to this. I added my number 2. This is something that technically can be done in any design program. In Photoshop, you're going to create your sections. It's going to be marching ants, and you can then drop color in, or you can create the shape, then convert the shape, and then say that you want to go to your layer styles and you want to fill it with the pattern. In each one, you will go to that and fill it in with a pattern. Affinity, same thing. You create the shape, you fill it in with the pattern. You bring in an image. You can either trace and detach. You can remove a background from it. You're going to add text, change the color to the text. Where the limitations are, Silhouette Studio, like I said, you cannot fade things off. You cannot do like a quick selection of things because you're not able to select pixels. You have to define like and create where you want to select at, because there are no pixels for you just to kind of use the magic wand or quick selection. There is no generative fill. There is no content aware fill where there's no cloning. There is no spot healing. There is some warping that you can do in Silhouette Studio. And I actually just made a post today and I took an image and she was a little slim and trim, and I used warped and kind of made her a little thickums, make it where it fits every body type. You can snatch in waist. I've done that before with Silhouette Studio and the warp tool. Canva, that's something that you would not ever be able to do. Canva does not allow you to manipulate and liquefy or warp images like that. Canva is great. There's a lot of awesome elements. If you have Canva Pro, it has a lot of backgrounds to it, a lot of decorative letters. You have pre-made templates. where things are already kind of sectioned off and it's color, it makes it easier to plug and play. Can you, bring, they have, same thing, I've had fade bars. You cannot create those fades in Canva, but you can bring in a PNG that was a fade and you can add those to kind of make things look like it's blurred off, but it's just a color overlay. They're all going to give you the same. What you need, it sounds like to me, is you need to be under someone that's going to help you understand design, no matter which program it's from. I have several students that started out in Silhouette Studio and they easily transition over to Photoshop because the principles remain the same no matter which program you're in. It's just that in that program, you now have to learn like its vocabulary, like its glossary of terms. That's about it. So you may have to try out a couple different ones. Try out the same way that I just did with the elephant. You saw me do the elephant earlier. You saw me do the baseball. I could literally go in and design most of like the same things in all of these different programs. I encourage you to when you get a free trial, take them, like, get the most out of it. Take one design and create it in all the different programs and see which one is easier. Then do another one. And then you may find that for one design, this program was easier. For another design, man, this was a lot easier for me to get the results I wanted over here, which is why I use Silhouette Studio, Photoshop, Illustrator, and Canva. They all serve different purposes for me. They all do. So you're not going to find one program that's going to be your super program that's going to fit all of your needs, especially if it's just a free program. The more descriptive you guys are, what I don't get is some of y'all say y'all want to do AI, but y'all get on these platforms and you don't say anything. You don't know how to formulate your questions. Y'all do know AI. You have to feed it, right? It only gives you back what you put into it. You have to type it out. You have to give it something. And you still haven't told me what you're trying to design. All right. Until next time, guys, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity. Be incredible. For everyone that is enrolled in Essentials to Silhouette Studio, whether you enrolled March 20, 2022, or if you enrolled today, tomorrow, I'll see you tomorrow. If you enroll Thursday, you want to come to the live Zoom session on Thursday evening at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The link will be on your dashboard. You'll see where it says 2024 Zoom, live Zoom access or sessions and playbacks. You're going to go there to get all of your links. All right. Until next time, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity and be incredible. Peace.